Hi guys, welcome to Tech Leisure. Hope you are all doing good. Yeah. Yes. Today we are going to take a look at the most interesting topics in JavaScript community, that is the difference between let and var. So before going into the topic, I just want to explain or just want to give a short intro about our playlist on JavaScript. So we are designing a playlist on a JavaScript, which is a kind of prerequisite for our main course, that is the blockchain and dApps. So we are mainly trying to design dApps, and that is the decentralized application, which are basically dependent on smart contracts and the blockchains like Ethereum or Solana. So for building that particular decentralized application, everyone should have a basic understanding of JavaScript. So for that understanding, without needing going to anywhere else, we are designing that playlist from our side. So this is the first video of that particular playlist. So in this video we are going to cover the topic, that is the difference between let and var. So let's get back to that topic. So the difference between let and var is quite tricky, because the purpose of let and var is quite similar. The difference between let and const is quite huge, because the purpose for which we use let and var it's quite different. Okay, so there is no doubt in community about the usage of let and var and what is their purpose, but the var is the kind of keyword which still someone uses. But we have to clear some doubt about what is the let and what is the var, what is the difference, what is the hoisting of that particular variable, and many more things. So for clearing all those doubts, we have this video. So the first point we are going to talk about is the hoisting one. So I'll just increase the font size a bit so you can just see it better. Yeah. So first point is hoisting. Okay. So hoisting refers to the moving of declaration of variables from bottom to top. So it is better to explain with an example. So I'll just explain with an example. Okay. So here we have a let variable, let temp equals to 10. Okay. And I'll just console.log it. So just confirm the value. Temp value is 10. Okay. So I'll just execute this one node. So its value is temp 10. Okay. So but I remove the declaration, then it will give us the error that it is not defined. Okay, sorry, I haven't saved it, so it is not giving us the error. It should give us the error. Okay. Yeah. And here it is. The temp is not defined. So if I redeclared it with let, then still it will give us the error. Please note this topic, because this one is the important one for our next explanation. Okay. So the printing variable beforehand and then declaring it with the let still gives us the error. But if we declare it with var and just saved it and re-execute the function, then it won't give us the error. Okay. The reason behind this stuff is the hoisting stuff, because the declaration of var variables will be hoisted to the top. Okay. So for confirming that, I'll just print it once again. Okay. And for differentiating between them, I'll give us the first one and this one is the second one. I'll just correct the spelling of first. Okay. Save it, re-execute. Boom. Here it is. The value of the temp in second log is 10, which is declared on line number 4th, but it is also printed on line number 2 because it is declared on this line. So it is printing its values as undefined, because the declaration of var, like this stuff, will be hoisted over here, and the temp will be assigned value on this line, on line number 5. So hence the value of temp is printed over here, but it is printed as undefined on line number 3. The undefined here confirms us the declaration only. Okay. So undefined means it is not assigned a value, but yeah, meanwhile it is declared. Okay. So if it gives us the error, then we can say that the variable is not defined or variable is not created up till this point. but here it is printing an undefined, and undefined is the value in JavaScript. So the undefined value here confirms that the variable is declared before the statement. Okay, so this is the hosting point. So conclusion on this point is conclusion, that is where variables are hoisted in the global space. Okay, so this one is our first example and the first principle of hoisting. So second thing is redeclaration. Okay, so here is an example here where first declaration equals to 10. Okay, then we will just console.log first declaration equals to first declaration. Okay, then we'll just execute for confirming that yeah, it works. Yeah, it should, and it is. So I will redeclare this variable once again and assign it the value as 30. Okay, and then just again print it. Okay, here I will put 2 and here I will put 1 just for identification purposes. Yeah, so just reassign to that global variable. Okay, so here is the conclusion that the var variables can be reassigned and redeclared. Okay, but if I replace this var with let, then it will throw us the error. Okay, it will throw us the declaration error that first declaration is already defined. Okay, we'll execute. Yeah, if you see this stuff, then we already know that yeah, identifier first declaration is already been declared. Okay, so let variables cannot be redeclared. Okay, so that is our second point. So third one is the block scoping. Okay, so for the block scoping, I'll just write a function over here, function explain block scoping. Sorry, thing. Okay. So here I will declare a variable let is subscribe. Okay, 0. So if 1 equals 1, okay, then is subscribe. Let subscribe equals to 1, then just console.log value of is subscribe and block is subscribed. Okay, and another thing, right, this. Okay, so we'll just dig down this stuff. So here is the function, which is the normal JavaScript function. So here we are declaring the variable that is let is subscribe. So this is the if block. Okay, and we are redeclaring it in the block. Okay, and then we are just printing its value. So this block is just for explanation because this condition would be always be true. So yeah, we just want to see that whether this stuff will execute or not. Okay, so I'll just save this file, then I'll just re-execute this one. Nothing printed because we haven't called the function. Okay, so here is the interesting output over here. The value of subscribed in block is 1. So this statement from line number 8. Okay, so here the value of is subscribed is 1. Okay, it haven't give us the error because in this block it had created the new scope for this let variable. Okay, so this existed only in this scope, hence the redeclaration error is not occurring, and outside the scope it is still the 0, means the original variable which is declared in this function scope. Okay, yeah, so here at the point, so when the block scope variables are created, the let will create the new reference or new object of that particular variable. Okay, so let's try with var. So here is the var, here is the var. Okay, so everything is same, but instead of let we have used the var. Okay, so we will execute this one again. So here is the interesting stuff. So first one, the value of is subscribed in the function scope is 0. The condition is always true. It goes into this line. It just assigns the 1 to the is subscribed by redeclaration. But as we see in first point, that is hoisting, this declaration will be hoisted to the block scope, means this function scope, and the value is assigned to this parent variable. Okay, we cannot say parent, but it's previous variable. So this line means on line number 9, it just prints that the value of is subscribed is 1, and also outside the scope the value of this variable is modified to 1 because it is reassigned on the line number 7. So these are the tricks with the let and var, so we have to take care of it. Okay, and this one is the example of redeclaration and reassignment. So the var variables are quite tricky in some situation, but they are quite useful in some situation, because the let variables declared over here cannot be accessible outside the function, but sometimes you need a flag or a thing which we have to control once the function is ended. Okay, so we are going to cover that things also, but in this video I just want to explain that the var and let are pretty tricky, and you have to aware about what could happen or what could happen if we haven't cleared the edge cases like this one. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed it, and yes, thank you.